Hello everyone, welcome to the Ichimoku.co daily stock market review for the trading day ending Thursday, October 6th. Firstly to the S&P 500, and here we see more weak indecisive trading, another small body. A larger shadow on the bottom of this body, support coming in down around the Kijun-sen indicator, around the 2153 level. Support also coming in at the Tenkan-sen indicator, so just a slightly bullish market in the medium and fast-term timeframes by trading above both of those indicators. The market continues to trade within the Ichimoku cloud, giving us a neutral market in big picture terms. And this bullish trading in the short-term time frame and the neutral trading in the longer-term time frame are not supported by the Chiggers band, which is still showing some signs of some negative momentum. Now, for today's candle, even though we have a downtrend in place with a candle forming a lower high, lower low, we have seen the buyers close with control by closing up towards the high. So there's an opportunity here for the market to attempt to change the trend off the back of this winning of commitment by the buyers. If we do see that, there's potentially strong resistance at the top of the cloud around 2172 and continued very strong support down below the Tenkan-sen and the Kijun-sen indicator. So not a good trading market at the moment. Now, just looking at this pattern that's forming at the moment, and forming something of it's a little bit too big to be a pennant pattern, more of a symmetrical triangle. Not an ideal pattern because the extent of the trend leading into it is not probably significant enough in relation to the size of the pattern. But the important thing here is that we do have this convergence of the peaks and troughs within this congestion area, and it is looking like something of a symmetrical triangle. And we know that they can be either continuation patterns or reversal patterns. So we'll be looking for a close either above the upper barrier, which at the moment is very close to the top of the cloud, so providing very, very strong resistance. But also the bottom of this pattern is down around the lows here of these troughs, and may provide some support. And obviously, if the market does come up looking to support at that bottom barrier and looking for a close down below that lower barrier to confirm the pattern, the extent of the move would be the width of the pattern projected down. And this is what makes it a little bit unrealistic, where any projected breakout would actually be below where the trend leading into the pattern started. So probably not a good reliable pattern if it is a reversal. More likely to be more reliable as a target to the upside, but the buyers are going to have to be very strong to break out through the cloud. And then, as always, when we have breakouts through clouds, we like to see some strong confirmation. So by the time we get that confirmation, the target could be met, and it certainly wouldn't be a good pattern to be trading. Looking next to the bands, and here we see the market continuing to trade within the bands. The middle of the bands holding as support and trading close to that upper band, and continuing to watch the middle of the bands as support, 2151, 2152. Upper band resistance, 2166. If we break out in a bullish manner with strong follow through, taking out some of these previous swing highs, we could see further development of the trend to the upside. And by the same token, the reverse, if it's to the downside, breaking out through the bottom and taking out this swing low around 2119, we could see strong development of a downtrend. But at the moment, a rather neutral market trading within the bands and finding support around the middle. Next to the Nasdaq 100, and the Nasdaq 100 maintains its bullish tone in all three time frames, so trading above the cloud, the Kijun-sen and the Tenkan-sen, bouncing off the Tenkan-sen support day at 48.51. The buyers closing with a moderate form of control, but still small-bodied and interesting trading at the moment. A larger loss of commitment by the sellers than the buyers here, suggesting the next move could be to the upside. If the market does trade through these highs, we're likely to establish a new major high. The major high is at 48.95. We do still have upside momentum as shown by the Chiggers band, suggesting we certainly could end up trading higher. And importantly, with the Tenkan-sen holding as support, as we had a flat Ichimoku Kijun-sen indicator, where we normally see the market attempt to revert back towards a flat Kijun-sen. the inability of the sellers to find any strength to trade back towards here does suggest that the buyers are probably the stronger party in the market, even though we're not seeing any massive strength from them yet. And it does suggest that the next move could be to the upside, but continuing to watch that Tenkan-sen as an area of support, and then the area at 48.16. Now just looking at this pattern that may be forming with the Nasdaq 100, and it's something of an ascending triangle, almost a wedge type pattern, probably more likely an ascending triangle. Wedges tend to be a little tighter range than this. Ascending triangles have a flat top, and this is not quite perfectly flat, but pretty much. And these troughs within the congestion area are forming higher levels, and it suggests that the buyers are accepting higher prices, and it does suggest that the next move is likely to be to the upside. So these ones in an uptrend do tend to be continuation patterns, although they can also be reversal patterns. So just watching the upper barrier, which is around 48.95, very close to that major high, for a close above there, and we could see further development of the trend to the upside to the extent of the width of the pattern, or as a reversal. And for the next day, the lower barrier would be 48.52, and the market would need to trade down through that Tenkan-sen most likely if we are going to see the completion of this pattern as a reversal. And as a reversal, the extent of the trading would most likely be down to around the top of the Ichimoku cloud and around the Kijun-sen indicator. We could mean revert if we do see completion of that pattern to the downside. So some very important trading coming up, but as I've mentioned, more likely to be a continuation with a breakout to the upside than a reversal. But rule number one, never preempt the market. Now moving to the bands here with the Nasdaq 100, and importantly, where we were previously trading outside of the band in a bullish manner with a bullish tone, we have seen over the last few days the market unable to close outside of the upper band. This is for the last 4 consecutive days. Today the upper band holding its resistance, and it suggests that the market is not as strong here as it was previously. So lack of strength, but we know that already with this very small bodied trading. There still is an opportunity here for the market to trade through the band, so continue to watch that area as an area of potential resistance. If we do see a retracement, looking to the middle of the bands at 48.25 to hold as support. Importantly, in a lot of this recent trading, we haven't seen the market mean revert back to the middle of the bands, and that does suggest that the buyers certainly may still be the stronger party here.